All right. Welcome to Not the Fuck Gaming Podcast. It's a podcast about games where sometimes we don't say fuck. So I am William Hououin and I'm with.
Gruebitten.
All right. So we speak exactly 1 week ago, and you were playing Chimera Land. Are you still playing that right now? 1 week
I
later.
yes, I am. I actually haven't had much time to play much of anything this past week. But I've been checking in on it, and of course V&H, and that's pretty much all I had time for this week.
Yeah, well, this is the adult life.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens. So, are you still enjoying it, even if you didn't play that much?
I am. I ran up against some frustrations, and one of them is going to be in our gaming. What's the word called? The grievances.
Yeah, the pet peeves.
Yeah, the pet peeves. Yeah,
All right.
but
So,
in general, I am still enjoying it.
all right. Well, this is good to hear. Let's see in the future if you will change your mind about that. As for myself, um, I haven't played much. I mean, I've played quite a bit this week, but not much of what I was playing before. I let go of the horror narrative games. I'm kind of done for now with super massive games. I enjoyed them, but yeah, interactive movies is fine, but sometimes you want to push buttons.
Yeah.
So I got caught. There was a sale on the PlayStation Store of a few games that I was interested in, and I chose Weird West. So now I'm gonna sound like somebody who don't know much about games because I never heard of this term before, but it seems it's called an immersive sim. Other games in that genre would be Prey, I think. Um,
Well, I'm
uh,
going to sound really ignorant too because I've never heard of either.
Yeah, okay. Well, I never played Prey anyway, but it seems it's games that gives the player a lot of room to experiment with how you solve your problems. Um, for example, in Weird West, it's in during the like cowboy times, but it's weird because there's a lot of supernatural stuff going on with witches and teleportations and all kinds of stuff. And let's say you need money to buy more guns or bullets. Well, you can of course do the bounties. There's a bounty board with like, oh, this dude killed the whole town. You kill him and you'll get $100 or stuff like that. But you could also wait to at night and enter by a window in houses of people and rob them. But if you get caught, you will get a bounty on your head. So it's all kind of stuff like that. You can go when you go to kill somebody for a bounty. Well, you can go all in with guns and shoot everybody on sight, but you can also sneak around up to the bounty and just kill him with a knife, and you will get your bounty and won't have spent any bullets. It's very good. I like it. I have a great time with this.
That does sound good.
Yeah, it's my first time playing that type of game, and I must say I'm enjoying it. It's kind of hard, or I suck, maybe both. Um, but there's many options with the difficulty settings, so you can make it very manageable if you're like me and you're not that good. The aiming system is it's kind of hard on the controller. I think it's a game that was developed for PC first and then ported to console. To aim, you have to click hold the right trigger to you know aim your weapon, and then with the right joystick you aim, and then you shoot with the right trigger. So It's like 3 buttons you have to press to aim and shoot. So it's not easy. Maybe I'll get good at some point.
Well, I think it's important to remember the purpose of why we play games, and it's to have fun, to relax, to have fun. And I think that when we adjust the difficulty, we have to keep that in mind, that for some people, the fun might be starting at an easier difficulty and setting it harder and doing that challenge of doing the hardest difficulty, and that's fun for them. But for other people, the fun may be in, say, exploring all the storylines and the ins and outs of the stories, and they don't necessarily want to spend a lot of time doing the challenge of harder fights because they're interested in the story. And if that's what's fun for you, then I don't think that you need to really stress out about which difficulty you have it set on.
Yeah, there is definitely some type of stigma around easy modes. And I think it's up to the developer to say if they want an easy mode or not. I'm fine with devs that don't provide an easy mode, but what I'm not fine with is players stigmatizing other because they chose easy mode.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Like,
Yeah,
this is for fun. And so some players, that might be fun for you to do like super hard, challenging stuff, but don't be like, my idea of fun has to be your idea of fun. Because
yeah,
for other people, that's not their idea of fun.
yeah, totally agree. I played a few games on, and even more now than before because I don't have that much time nowadays for gaming, and like in JRPGs, you often need to grind to get levels to beat the last bosses. I remember when I was young, that was always the thing. I was going through the whole game, not grinding, and then you get to the last boss. Oh man, you need 10 more levels, and so you go and grind. Your 10 levels, go back, kill the boss, end game. Nowadays, I don't have the time to just grind for the sake of it. So, like I've played Tales of Vesperia on easy mode because I was playing for the story anyway.
Yeah.
So
I've done a little both. Like sometimes I'm in a mood where I want to like push myself, see what I can do there, and then sometimes I'm had a long hard day and I just want to sit down and forget about difficulties.
yeah, totally. It depends on the style of games too. I mean, I've played Dark Souls, and I've only the first one, to be completely honest. But I've played Ninja Gaiden Black too back in the days, and I'm still playing it today, and I'm putting it on pretty hard because this is a game that's all about the challenge. This is what is fun, at least for me. But the game is very action based with combos and quick reaction time, so it's fun to be challenged too. But when the game is all about the story, I kind of don't care about the challenge.
Yeah.
But
I
it's fine.
do love story.
Yeah, same. But it's fine if, for example, in Tales of Vesperia, there was a hard mode too. And I'm sure many people played it on hard to get challenged and be pushed to use the right combos at the right time and stuff like that. So min-maxing equipment.
There's also a challenge in trying to get the storyline that you want.
Yeah, true. So let's go to the next point, which is gaming pet peeves. So I have 3, and I think you have 1, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go first, then I'm gonna do 1, and then you do 1, and of course you can comment on mine. Maybe some of mine will resonate with you too. So my first are CGI trailers. You look at E3 or any type of games event, or just just YouTube, and you will get that trailer, that amazing trailer. It looks so good, and there's action, but it's nothing like the game will be. It's just a movie that shares with you what the game might or might not be about. And I'm so fed up with this. I just don't care anymore. I don't even watch them because it's
pretty
never.
much. Yeah, I don't believe them.
Yeah. I mean, not anymore. I used to. But then you get the game and it's nothing like the trailer, because in the CGI trailer, there's no UI, there's no. It's just a movie. It's a cutscene. It's not the game. Stop showing me cutscenes to sold me the pre-order on the game.
Oh, and they all show you exciting storylines and stuff, and then you get to the game, and it's all just grind, kill this boss, grind, kill this boss. I'm like, where's the exciting story?
Yeah, there's none. It was just a trailer to show you how the game might or might not be about. I mean, yeah. So this was one of mine. I can't take the hype train anymore. I don't embark the hype train.
That one of the ones you listed, I think, is my least pet peevish. I pretty much, it's like advertising in general. You just don't believe it.
Yep. I don't care. Show me gameplay. Show me a slice of what the gameplay is. Show me somebody that is playing the game. So I will see what the game is about, and then we'll make my decision. All right, so your turn. What is a pet peeve
My pet
of
peeve
yours?
is games that start stressing you out in real life. That do things like, well, one of the frustrations I hit in Chimera Land was that there's these crops that you plant, and to get the good foods that give the good buffs and stuff, you need to plant these crops. And they become ripe in like 4 hours, 6 hours, 2 hours. And if you don't pick them when they're ripe, anybody else who comes along can pick them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They want you in the game, and they want you to never leave.
Just like,
this is what it's all about.
Are you kidding me? I cannot just like come back in 4 hours or 6 hours or whatever. I did find a way around it, though. Apparently, there's a field fertilization as well as crop fertilization. And if you don't fully fertilize your fields, then the crops will pause after a certain point and stop growing. So that's what I do now. I under fertilize the fields so that my crops will stop growing until I get back on, and then I fertilize it a little more to have them finish growing.
This is kind of annoying, to be honest, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously a mechanic to keep you in game, and so the longer you stay in game, the more likely you're to spend in the game. I think this is pretty much what it's all about.
But I believe very firmly that real life obligations come over game obligations. Of course, again, this is for fun, for entertainment. It's not something that should be interfering with your daily obligations in real life. It's not something that should be stressing you out, that you should be checking your watch, being like, do I need to get on a game and get my crops, or else I'm going to lose them and then I'm going to be super weak.
Yeah, I totally agree. Games shouldn't be interfering with real life. At least not for the important stuff. You shouldn't call sick for work because you have to harvest your crops.
Oh, good gosh.
For example. No. But I mean, I'm sure some people do. There are some people that gets quite addicted to games, and it's partly the fault of those types of games that do it kind of on purpose to
I agree.
keep you in.
It's definitely done on purpose. And I think that There is some responsibility on the parts of the devs to say, okay, we're gonna make a limit here to how much we're asking of our players.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is kind of annoying. Is definitely more annoying than mine because yours have kind of real life consequences. Mine are just like annoying. But my next one is digital pre-orders.
Well, I
What?
think yours does have real life consequences too, this one.
Yeah, maybe. But what? Yeah, what the fuck? I mean, seriously. I mean, the whole thing of pre-orders, if we go back a bit in time, you would pre-order a game so the company knew how many games they had to print. And if they wanted to do some goodies to put in, bigger pack editions, like I've pre-ordered I think one game in my entire life, and it was Persona 4 on the PS2. And if you pre-ordered it, you would get the game on release date, of course, but you would also get a nice. I'll try to remember to put some. I'm gonna get some footage of my Persona 4 pre-order here. You get a book, an art book with all the design and redesign of the characters and the soundtrack, stuff like that. And so,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah, that's nice, and it's still it exists still today. Those type of deluxe edition where you get, it's mostly that, I guess, art books and well, Fallout 76 gave you a helmet with mold in it, like real mold, dangerous stuff.
Yay.
Yeah, Fallout 76 was quite a bad launch, but
I've heard.
there was a bag too that was super low quality, and what was announced was a super nice bag, and it was crap. What they gave was not what was advertised. But anyway, so this is the story, the very short story of pre-orders in gaming, and that was fine. But digital pre-order, I mean, why would I buy a game on the App Store before the release date? I why? I mean,
Because they promise you goodies in game.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're right. I didn't thought this too much, I guess.
Yeah.
But then again, um, I mean, it depends. Yeah, it's true. I'm kind of I'm
I'm
kind
with
of in a
you
corner right
actually,
now.
but I
But
understand why people do it. And
let's say
the hype. Yeah,
let's say
sorry.
the game is $9.99 and there's no in-app purchases, and then you can pre-order it. Why would you? It's
I
a
guess you
digital game. You
just
can
get
buy anytime.
excited.
Yeah, why not wait for the game to release and check a few gameplay videos or something?
That's what I usually do.
Yeah, that's what I do too. But my argument definitely falls apart with like free-to-play games where if you pre-order, you get some in-game currency. And so the company can say, well, come in, we have 10 million pre-orders, it's going to be huge.
Yeah.
I think that's the goal.
It's funny that you said that because the one game I have ever pre-ordered was free to play. And only because it was free. I would absolutely not pay money for something that hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, because you don't know how it will turn out to be.
Yeah,
Um,
and a lot of these now are turning out to be complete buggy messes.
yeah. Well, uh, I guess if you pre-order a free game, it's not like a huge commitment, because if it's crap, you just delete it, and it
Yeah.
didn't cost you anything. So it's not, it's not the same as paid games. But I guess that was not a very good point. Maybe my next one will be my next and last pet peeves will be better.
I
So
think it was a good point. I
I don't know.
pre-ordered games are one of my pet peeves too.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends. Maybe we'll have some comments about that on how people think. We had last week we had Tyler who said our podcast was pretty nice. I was happy to hear, and
Yay!
yeah. So thanks for the comments. Bring them. We want them. We want discussion. If we have any, if we have quite a bit of comments, we could have a section where we read them and discuss the topics that are from people commenting. We'll see. But anyway, my last one is I'm spending a lot of time on Reddit, and I'm on mostly gaming subreddit, like, iOS and mobile Reddit. I don't know if you're familiar with Reddit, but
I had to delete the app because I was spending too much time on it.
yeah, I don't blame you. I'm spending a lot of time on this, but you're familiar with it, so
Yes.
for somebody who wouldn't know about Reddit, it's like a big forums of many things from I don't know, any subject you can think of. There's a subreddit for it, and it's a huge discussion room where you can make posts about stuff and reply to other people. So let's say on iOS subreddit, somebody will say, hey, I'm looking for a nice MMORPG to play. Anybody knows some good MMOs? And I will go there and comment and say, hey, come play Villagers and Heroes. It's a great MMO. So stuff like that. And one of my pet peeves is somebody will come on a subreddit and say, hey, I'm looking for a nice action game. Anybody knows something? And some people will comment with, oh, this game is coming up in 2024. You should look for it. Yeah. Well,
That doesn't help.
and I know I shouldn't be that annoyed, but I am. I'm reading this and I'm like, dude, that person wants to play an action game right now, not in 2 years. They want they want a game that is released. They want to play an action game. They don't want to. The question is not, hey, is anybody is aware of some games coming up in the next 10 years that might look cool? No. They say, hey, I want to play an action game. So I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting on this. I mean, I'm certainly am, but it's a
You are
very
totally
annoying.
overreacting. You should just get your time machine out of your closet. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but I only have 3 uses left. Oh shit, I
Oh.
said it. No, but yeah, I'm annoyed when I see that. I mean, at least some people do, and I think it's a good redemption arc, is they will propose something. Oh, you should look into Ninja Gaiden. They just released the Master Collection. You have all 3 games. It's pretty good. And also, you should keep an eye out for X game that will come out next year. This is fine. But please, if anybody on listening to this is commenting on Reddit for those type of posts, please give a game that exists, not that is a promise with CGI trailers for 2 years down the line. So that was it. That was my gaming pet peeves.
Well, I agree with all of them.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're unreasonable, but so anyway, do you want to present the next point of our discussion?
I would if I hadn't totally forgotten it already.
Oh, well, all right. Let me save the day. It's about mood games. Games that fits a particular mood. Like, what type of game would you play when you're stressed out or you're angry and stuff like that?
And this was my idea, and I managed to forget it. Yep,
Yeah,
that sounds like me.
it's fine. You also said relaxing when you feel like relaxing. So go ahead, lead the way.
Relaxing games. Well, Villagers and Heroes is one of mine for relaxing.
Oh yeah, totally.
And Stardew Valley is another one of my go-tos for when I need to just chill.
I never played Stardew Valley. I know very well what it is, but I never played it.
It's a farming game. You inherit a farm from your grandfather, and you plant crops. You raise cows and chickens and dinosaurs, and then you make friends with the villagers.
Sounds pretty nice. I guess it's in the vein a bit of Animal Crossing, maybe.
Yes.
This is pretty much the only game of this type I've played, so
Yeah,
I guess this is my reference.
yeah, it is in that vein. I played Animal Crossing too, but Animal Crossing annoyed me.
I had a great time. It was quite a revolution back in the day. I remember I played that on the GameCube, and I was blown away that the game was existing when I wasn't playing it. Don't know if it makes sense, but it was quite unusual to have a game where when you close your game console and do something else, when you come back, it was usually exactly as you left it. But with Animal Crossing, a lot of stuff could have happened when you weren't playing the game. That
Oh yeah,
was,
that is pretty cool. And I would
yeah.
say I like the idea. Maybe it's because I played New Horizons because I have it on the Switch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This one. Oh, yeah. I think I know why you were annoyed by this one. I haven't played it myself, but yeah, if you want, like, if you have two kids or you want to play and your kids want to play, you kind of need two Nintendo Switch and two Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
This is incredibly dumb. Yeah.
I got stuck because my kid logged in first and she made the island and stuff, and I can't progress because she's got all the quests.
Yeah. This is, yeah. I don't know what, uh, I don't know. It's incredibly dumb.
I was trying to after we first got it, I was trying to play it. She was at her father's for a month, and she hadn't even built the store yet, so I couldn't even get a ladder. The first
Wow.
month I played it. Yeah, that was very incredibly frustrating, and I'm just like, you know what? This is just annoying.
Yep. I totally get you. All right. So, for relaxing, Stardew Valley, Villagers and Heroes, definitely good pick. So, what about when you're stressed?
Oh, when I'm stressed.
I guess the relaxing games could
Yeah.
work too, but I know one of mine, and it's kind of a guilty pleasure I have. It's the Dynasty Warriors games. I don't know if you know about those, but they're a series of games where it's based on the Three Kingdoms story, the China Three Kingdoms. Um, and basically, on one stage that lasts like 20-30 minutes, you can kill about 1,000 people.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's a beat 'em up. It's a beat 'em all. I kind of I'm kind of blanking on the terms right now. It's kind of dumb. But yeah, there's a bunch of soldiers on screen. Well, soldiers, from way back when, with lances and sword and bows and arrows, stuff like that. And you're a super soldier, a super Chinese general, and you just beat them all. I think this is pretty much it. You can just mash buttons, and yeah, there's a bunch of those games. There's 9 now, and there's Samurai Warriors, which is the pretty much the exact same thing, but with historical Japanese general instead of the Chinese one. There's even the Gundam, the Gundam suit. There's those games too. It's a pretty huge franchise. It's kind of they're releasing one every few years, kind of like the sports games, hockey games, and stuff. But anyway, it's a very very mindless games to play when you just want to not think about what is stressing you out. Let's put it that way.
I did think about one that I like to play when it's the opposite. When I want a challenge, when I want to really when I need some excitement is Ark Survival Evolved. I love that one.
Oh, yeah. My son played this quite a bit. I even bought him the Primal Pass for quite a few months.
And
He
when I
went.
want to terrify myself, I play Subnautica.
Oh yeah, I know this one too. I didn't play it though. I'm not much on the. I'm not. I'm not that much of a fan of those type of survival games. I don't know how much survival is Subnautica though. Uh, is it really a survival game with the usual you need to eat and drink?
It is. It's got different modes though. You can play in freedom mode where you don't have to eat and drink.
Okay.
But you can still get killed. And then there's a creative mode where you can just build and not worry about anything. But you don't get the story in the creative mode. You have to play
Yeah,
in the survival mode, either freedom mode or just plain survival in order to get the storyline.
I would probably go with the one that I don't have to drink and eat. Those mechanics are kind of annoying me, to be honest. I know why people like them though. I'm not saying they're bad, but they're not for me, I don't think.
Yeah, it's a resource management thing, and
Yeah,
it
always. Yeah, go ahead.
it can be annoying. I can see how it can be annoying.
Yeah, always have to keep an eye on those two bars to be sure to keep them up because I like to just go and explore stuff in those types of games. That's why I liked Dismantle so much because it had a lot of survival aspect in the game, the open world and the uh, crafting with resources you gathered and stuff. Those are all good, but they didn't implement the hunger mechanics, and I think that's why I enjoyed it so much. I think I would enjoy Subnautica without the in the freedom mode. I think I would because
Well,
most often than not, this is what's bothering me.
it's a pay once, get everything, and you get all three modes, so you can choose.
Well, yeah, I think we have it on the Switch like right now. If I
Oh,
remember correctly, I bought it to my son uh, like a year ago. I would have to check it. But it's not my Switch, so I'm trying to not use it for my own.
well,
But
I also have a fear of deep water, so
oh yeah,
yeah, so it's really like I said, I play it when I want to terrify myself.
yeah,
Why? Don't ask.
yeah. I like to play horror games too. I think the one that terrified me the most was Resident Evil 7. This one was scary. Uh, Not everybody agrees. There's many people who say it's not really scary, but I thought it was quite scary. At least the first half of the game. Then, as in all of those types of games, at some point you become a walking army with so many guns and bullets that it's less scary. But at first, when you have nothing else than a lighter to see where you're going, this is quite scary.
Yeah,
It,
imagine.
all right. Any more mood you would want to cover?
Hmm. Well, there is sad, but I can't think of any sad games off the top of my head.
Um, yeah, I didn't play much sad games. Uh, I know one, but I just can't seem to think of it. A sad game. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Nothing comes to mind, but there is for sure. If anybody knows, leave it in the comment section and we'll cover it next time. I think that's fair.
Yep.
All right, so it's a gaming podcast. Sometimes we don't say fuck, but we also ask very important society question. So we'll end with that. If cars cease to exist and you could ride any animal you wanted to the grocery store, which animal would you ride and why? So let's say there's no car anymore, no cars, and you need to go to the grocery store. You can pick any animal you want to ride to the grocery store. Which is yours?
Well, am I constrained by reality? Like, for example, in a game, I might be able to ride a chipmunk to the grocery store. But in
Yeah.
reality, that poor thing's going to get a little squished.
Yeah, you can. It's a gaming podcast, so anything you want. We are not constrained by reality. It's fine.
Okay, in that case, I think maybe a kangaroo because hopping is fun.
Oh yeah, you know, a kangaroo is something. Something I've been wanting to get in Villagers and Heroes for a very long time.
Yes,
but I'm afraid it doesn't fit the lore. I'm not a fan of. I've seen some people ask for like motorcycles in V&H, and I'm kind of against it because it's,
it doesn't fit.
It doesn't fit. It fits in some games, but yeah, I wouldn't want that. And so my kangaroo thing, I'm not sure it would be very fitting of V&H. But anyway, so to come back to the grocery store, yeah, a kangaroo seems to be quite a bit of fun. Although I've heard that it's kind of how can I say, sticky in the little front pocket or something. I don't know how to call it.
Oh well, we're talking game, so
You're right. You're right. Yeah, it would be comfortable and soft, and you wouldn't be. Yeah, I get it. All right. So kangaroo. Because I'm incredibly vanilla, and I like, I don't have the right words, but I would probably get a horse. I'm still riding my white horse in V&H 4 years later, so I would be that guy who, instead of taking a dragon, or I would go in with a horse to the grocery store.
For the classic.
Yep, I'm a pretty classic guy. So nothing very groundbreaking here. So I guess that's that. We are done. Anything you want to ask as a closing comment?
No, I'm not allowed to argue about hot dogs anymore, right?
Well, you can. You can. If you want to say something
no
about
no more fighting over hot dogs.
I mean, we were in agreement last time. Did you change your mind about if hot dogs are sandwiches?
Nope.
No, they are. They are sandwiches. Ishan said that to be a sandwich, you had to have sliced bread, but I mean, hamburgers hamburgers are sandwiches, in my opinion, of course, but they are not exactly slices of bread.
Yep. And can't forget sub sandwiches, hoagies, paninis. There's lots of sandwiches that are on different types of breads.
Yeah, exactly. So we are still in agreement with the question about, is hot dog a sandwich? Yes. Yes, it is. We will die on that hill. This is a sandwich. So, all right, on that note, thank you very much for watching. Hope you were entertained. And if you want us to tackle some subjects, leave them in the comment section and we'll look into them for the next time. I promise. So thanks for talking games with me.
Thank you.
And let's hope we can do that soon enough.
Yep.
All right. Bye.
Bye.